Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you take FAT 32, FAT or FAT 32, FAT 32 is the maximum version of FAT. It supports 32 GB partition size. In a NTFS don't have a that particular things like starting only itself. It is up to 2 terabyte size. It is support, okay? Up to 2 terabyte or more than it, more than 2 terabyte also it will support. Depends upon the NTFS version. Okay, so there are a lot of versions are there: version 3, version 4, version 5, version 5.5, like that. Depends upon operating system. You'll get a NTFS version. So we don't need to worry about what is the NTFS kind of stuff. It support maximum size, practically unlimited. Okay. Now NTF FAT having an issues. That is one thing is limited size 32 GB. And where we using this FAT kind of stuff, USB devices, storage devices, USB storage devices like pen drives. Normally, if you have a pen drive, you put a FAT32 only in that one. FAT32 file system. Right? And very important one is, okay, flash memories. What is flash memory? Memory cards. Most of the memory cards are FAT kind of stuff only, right? So when you take a memory card and insert, and if you see it is by default it is a FAT32 file system it is using. Memory cards, SD cards, so many names are there. Okay, memory cards or any SD cards, any name it can be, we can call that one. So nowadays the flash memories are not only 32 GB, more than 32 GB memory cards are there, right? So you can go to any site like Flipkart or anything. See it is a 32 GB, but this is 64. You can find more than that one, 128, 128, 256 also you can able to find. It is available here, 256, 512, 1 terabyte, up to that one also the size is available. Okay. Currently in this list it is not there, but you can go search capacity. So here it is 1 terabyte. So this is a 1 terabyte of memory card. So generally, if your flash is a FAT32, okay, it is 32 GB function, right? So if you have a more than 32 GB, so what you will do? You cannot put a NTFS. NTFS not understand by other operating system, basically Android mobile phones and other things. NTFS may not be understand by other than Windows. That is one thing. So what to do? So they introduce new file system that is called exFAT. exFAT introduced. So exFAT support, okay, maximum size. exFAT. So it is Microsoft 2016 means from Windows 8 onwards almost as you know. So it support maximum file support is see 128 petabyte like this, 128 petabyte. So it support maximum size, big files, okay, the maximum partition size, maximum size it support, and big size, big files you can able to put it. Nowadays we are getting what it is, we can say MKV files, right? Like Blu-ray files are there. We can able to download big movies, 4K movies, and if you want to keep it in your memory card, FAT32 won't support. Like each file is 2 GB, 3 GB, big files are there. So those files it cannot be supported in a FAT32. So exFAT can able to store big files also. So that is one advantage. exFAT. So this is so for memory cards which is more than, if you have a more than 32 GB, so definitely you should use format with the exFAT. If you have old memory card and you are inserted into your new mobile phone, automatically it is converted into exFAT. Okay, so be careful when you are doing that memory swapping. So that time, so better store the data into some system or anywhere and keep the memory card. Okay. Next one is REFS. I told these things are there, but I didn't give an information that. So, what is the use of these things? REFS means resilient file system. What is REFS? Resilient file system. Resilient, resilient or resilient. So resiliency is there. So REFS use CRC. What is CRC, guys? What is CRC? No idea. CSC, guys.
Cyclic redundancy check.
Very good. Cyclic redundancy check. What is cyclic redundancy check? It is a kind of algorithm type. Okay, people are new to this one, so maybe you've seen this one in OSA layer, right? Where you see in a OSA layer, CRC,
Error checking
error checking,
at data link layer.
that data link layer, very good. In OSA layer, data link layer, okay. So as a tail, so it is there, okay. So what is the use of this CRC? It is kind of algorithm, and it generated data from your actual data only. It generated some code from the your actual data only, and it will verify your data, make sure your data is not corrupted. Okay, make sure your data is not corrupted. So that is what we call it as a error checking, any errors in the data. While you are keeping the data in the disk, what happen, um, while you are reading, writing, changing, so like that you are copying the file, you're reading the file, you're accessing the file, so what happen, the data may corrupted. So sometimes, you keep just you copy a file in a pen drive, and you connect a pen drive in another system and open the file, and it is showing it is corrupted. Dat rar files, it is, you open, when you open it is something shows like it is broken some format, and then now it is not working. So like that, um, Excel files, PPTs, it is working in my system, and when you copy into your pen drive and copy, and you are opening your desk, your laptop, it shows it is corrupted. So why it is corrupted? That the data, while it is acting, copying, something is happening in background, something, so data is corrupted. So the resilient file system make sure that whatever the data in their in their disk drive, okay, so make sure that data should not be corrupted while accessing, while moving, while copying. Make sure data will be safe. So it will generate a CRC value, it will verify with the value, so make sure that data is good. Okay, so REFS don't give uh, features like don't have features like a NTFS features like a disk quota security kind of stuff, but still it is make sure that data is safe. So that is another difference. Okay, this is also introduced in Windows 8 only. Okay, this is also introduced in Windows 8, but mostly we are not using much in REFS. So mainly for big industries or maybe uh, huge data security purpose, they use REFS. Okay, so these are the file systems. In Windows, we use these two file systems extra. But anyway, NTFS is NTFS. So we have to we must know what is the use of other things in NTFS. Guys, tell me NTFS features again. Yesterday I told. Yesterday we done quota. Mm, compress. I explained index. What are the another two?
Encryption
Very good.
and security.
Yes, very good.
Security.
Encryption, encrypt or encryption, security.
Security.
Security, right? So we'll see first security and then encryption. So yesterday I asked one question like security is there in NTFS, FAT is not have a security. This security is not belongs to any virus or antivirus kind of stuff. It is not belongs to virus or antivirus. It is only belongs to permissions. What permission? Access permissions.
Read write permission.
So what kind of access permissions? Read,
Right, execute.
write like that. Read, write, execute like this. These are different type permissions are there, and it will give yellow and deny permissions. It means read is allow, read is deny, write is allow, write is deny. Like that, we can able to see the permissions. So we'll do like this. First of all, I will create a file. Okay, I will create a file. Okay, add some text. Okay, so we add some text to it. Next, I have a two users, right? Student one. While doing, I'll do with the student one only. Okay, student one is administrator, so then I do with the student one only. We can do with student two also, but student one is the administrator. He can override any permission. So that's a better to do with the student one only. Okay, if you do with the student two, permissions you given with student 2 on for a student 1, and student 1 is the administrator, he can override any permissions. So that is the problem. So then better do with student 1 and try with the student 2. Just for our understanding is concept NTFS security, and this is also called as ACL, access control list. Okay, so this ACL is does not mean your network ACL. In networking, ACL is there, that is network access permissions. This ACL, this is user access permissions. Okay, ACL for this is for user access, user or a group access on this one. Maybe do you remember in Linux chmod you're giving a permission, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like that, read and write
Yes.
permissions. Same thing here. So I log in as a student, I create a file somewhere, e drive or something. Okay, and then add some text. Then what I will do for student 2, I will give specifically read is yellow, write is deny. Okay, so I put a read permission yellow and write is deny. So student 2 can able to read the file, but he cannot modify the file. Okay, so we'll see that one how it is works. This PC. So very good. I am in a student 2. I'm in student 2, automatically open student 2 because the one. Okay. So 2 GB. This that quota is still there. We didn't remove the quota thing. So I have to go to student 1 and I will remove the quota also because it's not required now. Student 1. Okay, now we are in a student 1. First I will remove that quota, otherwise the data is like that. Okay, so for me it is 10 GB. So we need a magnifier. I open magnifier in my physical machine. What happening? Very good. So this is a student 1. So I am getting a 10 GB disk. But data for both the users it is showing like this. Anyway, this is a unnecessary data. So I'm deleting these files also. Okay, shift to delete, because if you keep unnecessary data in your virtual machine, so what happen, it will be occupy um, in your physical machine also. So unnecessarily why we should waste our physical machine data. So like, okay. See, it is now, it is more space available now. Here it is. So first I will remove that quota. So properties, go to quota, show quota settings. Very simple. You can unselect this one. If you unselect, apply OK, automatically quota will be removed. Otherwise you can go to quota entries, remove the entry. This is the entry student 2. Okay, remaining are just ignore remaining, just student 2. This is the quota entry. You can delete it, just click delete, right click, delete. Better permanently delete what are the things are there. Okay, so select everything and take ownership and close. Okay, so now it is gone from this list. Okay, just click apply, then unselect all the things, apply. Okay, okay. Now if you log in with student 2, Now you don't shouldn't also get 10 GB disk. Just we need a 10 GB disk like that. Now I'm going to my E drive, so I'm going to create some file, any file, text file, rich text document, anything you can able to create it. So I'm creating a file with a proper name you have to give. Okay, so like mm, ACL file one, just some name. Give this is ACL file one. Save it. Some text, just for some text for testing purpose only. Okay, this is the file. Now right click, properties. What you see? General, security, details, previous version. If you see the security, it means that NTFS security. These are different groups. System means system only. Okay, authenticated users who can able to log in. There are by default having a permission. So authenticated users means who can able to log into PC. All comes under authenticated users only. Next, this is a administrators. Okay, those who are a member of administrators. Users, all users. System, all local system users. So like this. By default, these groups are there. These are by inherently these people will get a permission. Inheritant. You know inheritance, like inheritance. So they got inheritant from the E drive, like a parent drive. The parent one, what are the permissions are there? Those permissions apply to the child files and folders automatically. Automatically, that is called inheritance. If you click disable inheritance, it means explicit permissions. What is explicit? Means individually. So you can choose who can able to access clearly. This is direct and indirect permissions. Okay, so you can, if you remove all these permissions, just remove all these users and disable inheritant, and all the remove all the users and assign particular group or a particular user access. So that is called explicit. What is that meaning? You are clear cutly who can able to access, you are mentioning, not by system, not by parent folder. So it won't follow the parent permissions. Okay, now we are not doing that one anyway. This is a warner. If you want to change the ownership, you can change the owner. So you can click on the change, and you can make any other user as a owner of this file also. Just simple advanced find now. Find which suitable user. So if which user you have, you can make that user as a owner. I'm not doing that one. Anyway, just I will come back to that security, but I'm going to my F drive. So what is this F drive? F drive is a FAT32 drive. F drive is a FAT32 drive. Okay, I went to F drive. I creating a file. Sorry. Okay, something SSDBF some file. Right click. Okay, so we have to put some text. So this is SS file, some name, whatever it is. Save it. Exit. Right click. Properties. So SS properties. Okay, guys, some people by mistake, I will tell you that what is the mistake. SS file name, general details previous. What is the tab missing here?
Security.
Security tab.
Security.
Security. Why? Because of it is and fat drive.
Fact.
The files won't get security. Very good. So some people by mistake do like this. Properties, they don't check it where they are applying. See, this is F properties, not SS properties. Understand? See the thing, whether it is a drive or a file or a folder. Okay, please check it. It is not our engineering or academy kind of stuff to do something blindly. Someone will correct you or something, like you make a fun and leaving. That is not there. Important thing is make sure that what you are doing, you must know what you are doing. That's it. Simple. Like, some people just right click and go to properties. See, if you see, look at that one. I went to the ACL file one, right click and properties. Now ACL file one properties are open. Okay, because this automatically showing the check mark. Now this is ACL file one properties. Okay, some people like put a like this. Now see this one. Now E drive properties. Okay, I keep my mouse at ACL file. I right click, but it is not open ACL file one properties. It is open E drive properties, and you blindly go to the security tab, changing something, and sir, it is not working. Okay, so this has happened so many times. So many people will do like that mistakes. So that's why I'm telling. Okay, make sure that click on the file, right click on the file, properties, and you can see the names. Security tab, go to security tab. So it is also showing your name here also. Make sure that. Next, go to advanced. No, no, no. Go to edit. Edit is enough. Go to edit. Add. Advanced. Find now. Find your user to. Find user to. Now user to. Okay. This is user to. Click on user to. Make sure that. So what we said. Read is yellow and write is deny. In a maybe, can you able to see or not? So click on a student to. Read is already yellow. So now what I done, write is deny. Okay, if you don't put it, you don't have write permissions. Okay, if you don't put it like this, you keep like this only. So like a ch mod type, you given read permission, you didn't given write permission. So what happened? Student to get read permission, not getting write permission. But from other users, from this authenticated users having a write permission. So in a different direction it will get it. Something like uh, we follow helmet rule. Helmet, right? So in a traffic, everybody must wear. If you are riding a bike, you must wear a helmet. Okay, so that is a rule is there, right? So how many times it is the rule is not it is not followed, right? So you didn't wear a helmet and they said okay, it's okay, go for now. It's already traffic jam, you don't try to put a fine, leave it. So what will happen? You are putting a rule. If you go in this route, if you go in this route, you should wear a helmet. If you go in another route, you don't need to wear a helmet. So one way or other way, you need to wear a helmet. Then what happened? Obviously, people will ignore the rule, right? So I have a brother, and he's also, he worked in Hyderabad. Now he's working from home type. Okay, now he don't have a license, but always he keep a helmet. So very good quality helmet from that is also from friend only. So very good ISA mark, very good quality helmet. costly helmet itself. Okay. So then, so when he's going by bike, no one is stopping him because he's wearing a helmet. He didn't have that time license also. That is okay. So like that, if you wear a helmet, no problem. License is not there. So also you can go like this. You know, one way or other way. But straightly for student too, I didn't given right permission. But in through other groups, he may get a right permission like this. So that's why I am giving deny right permission. So if you give deny always override yellow permission. Deny always override yellow permission. So I'm denying. Apply, okay, and okay kind of stuff. Okay, cancel. Guys, now you should tell me the steps. First, click, right click, properties, then
Security.
security,
Edit.
Advanced.
add only, add, advance.
Find now.
File now.
Student 2.
Student 2.
Guys, this is a very big list, right? In this list, you have to search for a student, right? That is very difficult. Sometimes you have to search easy. Sometimes maybe so many are there. Why we should? So you can type if you are know the user. So then you can type the username correctly. Then check names. Also it will display. Okay. Hmm. Now click on student 2. Make sure that student 2 we are selected. Read is already allowed. Write is deny. Apply. Read it. This one. Okay. Student 2. Click on student 2. Make sure that yellow deny. Like okay. Now so can I read this file? I can read this file. Uh, Student 2. Okay. Student 1. Student 2 can read but cannot write. Okay. So I can read it. I can save it. So I'm saving. Okay. So I save it and close. So I can modify the file because I created. I am the owner. I am the owner, and a permission given to other user, not for me. So write deny is given to other user. Now I am going to other user. Sign out from the student 1. Okay, student 2. Okay, please log in. Now it is working. We try. ACL file. Not happening in this. See, it is. I can able to read the file. So can I write into that one? So we'll see. Uh, so I can read and write. So I can able to type it. Okay. Now I'm going to save it. Now it is showing not save, save as. It means you can save as a different file, but you cannot save into same file. But I am giving same file name only. Just look at this one, same file name only. I'm not changing file name. Save. It is throwing. It is already existed. Do you want to replace? Yes. Now you got a thing, right? So you do not have permission to open this file. See the owner of the file or a administrator to obtain a permission. So you don't have a permission to save the content in the file. Okay, you can't save it. Either you have to exit or you have to save as a different file. Again, I'm trying to save. So I can't able to save with the same file name. I can't save this file. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll put a save as with a different name, not with the same name, different name. It is, yes, it is saved with a different name, not with the same name. Actually, that is also should not agree. Okay, because this is also very danger. But we didn't given that much of serious permissions. Only just deny permission. Explicit also we didn't define. Okay, so this is the actual file, right? Can you see those two lines only there? Where is the line I added? That line won't be available here because I can't able to save the data which is I modified here. But this is save as file, means I saved it separately. So I cannot able to modify this file. So this is your NTFS, read and write permissions. Now I'm going to this student working little bit well. See, this is sign out. Okay. So like this is the practical we done. So step by step, you are already seen how to do it. This is only given what we are going to do. Okay, so what we are going to do, so that is I told. Okay, and how to do it, it is I explained. Otherwise, we can type those things also here. File creation, properties, security add, step by step. Also, you can not write, no problem. But it will killing time. That is another one. Student one. Okay, guys, this is NTFS permissions. Okay, Warner. So if you have a file, then check the Warner of the file, inheritance permissions, how to make that as explicit. Also, you can try, and also you can try other things also if you want it. Okay, just this is I want to show you what is security. Read and write permissions, read permissions, and write deny permission. Read deny also we can make it, we can create a file and we can make that one as a uh, read deny also. Okay, if you want we can see that one also, that is more understandable. Why this system is slow, I didn't understand. When you see your Windows 10 is working very slowly, so either you're running so many services in a foreground and background, or a update service is running. So just go to your power. Okay, click on this power button. Still it is slow. It is. I don't understand. So normally it is working good. It's okay. You can see in your physical machine also. Either in this one or at power, but you can go to power button. If it is showing like this means there is internal some issue. Okay, otherwise your physical machine showing update restart kind of stuff. Okay, so complete what are you are working, save every data and restart, update, restart. So make sure that half an hour 1 hour you don't have any work with your system. So update and restart, then after update and restart system works fine. Now I'm a student one only. Okay, so if you want to do, then go for it. If it is working slowly, it is very difficult to show.
Maybe while switching accounts like student 1, student 2, maybe it requires some time for stabilizing its hardware, I think. So that is one
Yeah, yes,
reason.
correct, correct. So normally it will take time. Normally for switching, it's loading profile and loading
Yeah,
the screen thing will take time.
yeah,
But we are in a hurry, right? So we are faster. If system is slow, we feel it is slow. Generally, it will take time,
yes,
but not that much. This much because it's a fresh PC, right? Fresh PCs don't have more burden on internally. More burden won't be there, but it is taking lot of burden. So another one is check your C drive. Make sure that 20-30 GB free space is there. Okay, make sure that more free space should be there. It is there. It is there already. I will combine this one also later. So this F drive I will combine to C drive. So then at least something around 30 GB free space you will get it. So you see the green one taking too much time. If it is happened to my physical machine, so we can agree. Another one is when I install, I put a 4 GB. Now it is 2 GB. That is also maybe issue. Won't take much that much time because it's a fresh piece. Okay, guys. We'll go to. I'm going to another file. I'm creating a text file. Okay, you can keep a name of this one. ACL2. This is a student one only. So what I want to do is Student 2 cannot read or write. Cannot read and cannot write. Save it. Exit. Properties. On this file, okay, file 2, security, again steps, edit, you can tell the steps,
Add.
add, type the steps to,
Okay.
click on student 2. What I want to do is write it in a read
And
the
read
name.
also disabled.
Okay, so you cannot, student 2 cannot write, cannot read also. Complete restriction for a user. Okay, security yes. Okay, and click on student 2. Make sure your check marks. Now completed. Hmm, sign up. I think it's slow from my physical mission also possible. See, 4.2 GB available memory, but it is still slow. I have two disks, right? So one disk is full. I think due to my physical machine and yeah, student too. Now it is running. Very good. We have to do very slowly. No. Hmm. This is the one, right? So I'm trying to open. So directly it is throwing message. See here it is. What it is showing? Okay, ACL file2.txt. So do not have permission to open this file. See the owner of the file. See the owner of the file or the administrator to obtain permissions. So contact your
Sir,
admin to yeah.
yeah, sir. For student two, we already denied read permission. So how can actually user to see the existing file,
This,
even though
yeah,
we
the
disabled
file is
read?
available. You can't read the file content.
So he can see, but he cannot read,
Yes,
right?
you can see the file name. That's it. You can't open. Read deny like this. Otherwise, you have to hide it from the user like that. That any other properties are there. Okay, that is also there. That is called a enumeration kind of stuff. So people who don't have a permission, they cannot see. That is called enumeration. Some permission is there in 2012 server, but now we are not following that kind of stuff now. Okay, so this is the file name, but when you open, it is throwing a error. Okay, it is asking check with your owner or check with your other things. Like I am going to properties of it. Go to security tab. You see, you must have read permission to view the properties of this object. You don't have read permission, so you cannot see the properties. You can go to advanced, but if you go to this one, this is read permissions are there. Security. So you can see the secure permissions. You can see permissions for this file for file 1, but file 2 we can't able to see because of read permissions also not there, means you cannot see the security permissions. So you have to go to advanced only. Okay, so then unable to display current owner. It won't show your current owner also. So you can continue. Then if you want to change the permissions, if you can change it if you know the administrator password. If you know the administrator password. Okay, so that is. So this is it. This is about your NTFS security permissions. Okay, so